Hi everybody, my name's Sarah and welcome to this workshop on the sit spot practice. I am recording myself here in Earlwood in the Woolai Creek Valley where there's some beautiful bushland. I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that I am on Gadigal land and I pay my respects to the elders of the Gadigal people, both past, present and emerging. I am a big fan of the sit spot practice because I have a busy mind, and the sit spot practice has been a wonderful tool for me to help quieten my mind, to help me answer and have clarity on some of my questions and some of the problems I'm trying to solve in my life. And it's also helped me to develop a deep love and connection to nature. So what is a sit spot? I'm trying to find a comfy spot. I clearly am not in my sit spot right now. I'm perched because I'm videoing. A sit spot is a place you go to and sit in nature. Simply sit in nature in silence. So it's very similar to meditating. However, your eyes are open and there's the opportunity then to see and to use all your senses. Yeah, not just your seeing, but your hearing, your smell, your touch, and of course your feeling. So a sit spot is ideally somewhere close and easy for you to get to. I walk to mine. It takes about a 5-minute walk from my house. I'm lucky that there's some bushland near me, so I can be in beautiful bush and I can be on my own mostly in the spot that I've chosen. You may or may not have that as on your doorstep. I do encourage you to go looking in all those places that you have not been to yet. Look a little further. See if you can find somewhere you can be alone in wild nature. But if that's not possible for you, then your local park or your backyard or wherever you feel comfortable will also do, as long as you're outside. Anywhere is fine. So a sit spot is a place in nature where you can ideally be alone for an hour or so, and somewhere where you can sit comfortably, so it might be against a rock or a tree, and really you take nothing with you other than yourself, perhaps some water and the clothing that you'll need to keep yourself comfortable. So it's pretty cool here this morning. I've got a hat and scarf and jacket and all that stuff on. I also like to, when I'm going into the bush, I like to feel safe. So I wear good sturdy shoes and pants that are thick and protect me. I'm a bit scared of snakes, so I do that so I can be in the bush and be comfortable. So I think I've told you a bit about a sit spot and what to look for. So how often do you do it? Well, I signed up for a 7-day sit spot challenge. I went every day for 7 days and sat for an hour, first thing in the morning. Wake up about 6 and I went straight out the door. No breakfast, no coffee, definitely no coffee, no tea, nothing. Gosh, what a gift that was. So I think that's a great way to get started on a sit spot. If you want to develop a deep practice, and then try and go as often as you can. But that might not be possible, so do what you can, and anything you do will be great. Staying for an hour at least is good. Staying for an hour allows you time to settle in, your mind to quieten, and for you to enter a different pace. Yeah, this world is so rapid, and so we're so fast, and we're so fueled up on caffeine and moving rapidly, whether it's in a train or on a plane or in a car or running. This sit spot practice is a gift of stillness, a gift of connection. And so yeah, I've covered what is a sit spot, where to find one, somewhere near your home ideally. But if that's not possible, you can drive or bike or whatever you need to find a place where you feel comfortable, and however often you go there is fine, but often is good. What to take, I've covered that, not much. You might want to take a timer, but keep your phone off if you can. And what do you do? What do you do at your sit spot? Okay, let's cover that. What's nice when you first arrive and you found your spot and you've settled, to acknowledge the land that is holding you. Yeah, the place where you are, to acknowledge that, however you feel comfortable doing that. You might want to touch the ground, you might want your hands in prayer, you might want to hug something, a tree or a rock. I do all of those things. You might want to acknowledge the Indigenous caretakers, the custodians of the land. By acknowledging the land, you say, I'm here, I've arrived. And you may even feel deep love, which is certainly a feeling that comes up for me when I'm in nature. So sitting in your spot, naturally it's your mind is going to be busy. I certainly experience that. It's great to take some deep breaths and breathe in nature and breathe out that busyness. Breathe in nature and breathe out any tension that you're carrying in your body or in your mind. And then I just encourage you to start listening quietly, looking, and in time your gaze will probably settle, and your whole body will settle and become quite still, and you might just feel like you're sinking into this landscape, perhaps even dissolving into the landscape. You might feel agitated, you might feel like you need to be somewhere else and that you want other things like attention, coffee, food, movement. Absolutely, that will all come up. We're human. We're human. We're just full of contradictions, aren't we? We want to be still, we want to move, we want to be quiet, we want to talk. It'll all come up, and everything that comes up is exactly as it should be. So it's a wonderful opportunity to surrender, to see all of you, to see all of nature, and to be with that. I can't emphasize enough what a gift sitting in nature is and has been for me. And I promise you that when you do this, and you do this regularly, magic does happen. It does. Because nature is magic. We are magic. And what do I mean by magic? That's a loaded word, isn't it? I don't mean things are going to fly in and take you to awesome places, although that might happen. No, but I mean nature, I just see so much beauty and so much depth in nature. So perhaps you will too. And I had, for example, a little snake that visited me every day nearly. I didn't know that would happen, and it did happen. And it was an incredible opportunity where nature taught me about my fear and how to face my fear and find my calm. So yeah, so why do a sit spot? Let's cover that. Why? I'm sure I've touched on a bit of this, but briefly again, I believe that in order to, we are nature, and we are part of this natural world. Everything that we're doing to this natural world, which is currently under attack from much of our society, everything we're doing to ourselves. It's a sad truth, really. So yeah, when we drive our cars, we are breathing in that terrible polluted air. When we concrete over bushland, we lose that bush and that place to concrete, and that concrete is not as good for us. So I believe going into nature is very good for us, very healing, very calming. And a sit spot, because it's not walking and you're not climbing and you're not surveying, you're just sitting and being with yourself. So it's a very, very peaceful and very connective activity that you can do. So if you've got a busy mind, this is a great antidote to that. If you've got some problems and big questions that you really just all consume you, they are a wonderful thing to take into nature and sit with. I do believe that we have the answers to all of our problems within us, but we're so clouded by our thinking and our judgments and our shame, all that we carry, that we can't hear that. And so sitting in nature is inviting in the stillness within and around you, so that you can start to hear your inner voice and your inner knowing, and solve some of your questions about your life. What am I here to do? What is my thing to offer this world? What is my special, unique thing? Ha! What a big question that is, and so much pressure to answer it. But don't even go there. You know, like when you take a question or a problem, surrender it to nature. Surrender, and accept that the answer may or may not come. So nature, will certainly give you calmness and perhaps some clarity. But the third thing I'd say is that you will start to learn about nature. When you sit in stillness in nature, then you'll see more and you'll notice, and you may follow up on what you see. When you get home, you might draw something, you might do some research on a plant, you might want to know if it's medicinal, or if it's which birds need that plant or use that plant for something. But actually butterflies, you know how butterflies have such unique food sources. So which food sources around here feed the butterflies? There's just endless pathways you can take into knowledge and learning, and spending time quietly in nature allows that interest and that curiosity to flower. So I think I've covered most of it. At the end of your sit spot time, it's nice to offer gratitude, however you feel comfortable doing that, to offer gratitude to the land for having you and holding you and being with you, and to yourself for giving yourself the precious gift of time in nature, quiet, solo time in nature. I wish you well. I hope this is a useful and inspiring new practice for you. The sit spot. Yeah. And I'm happy to answer any questions. Just get my email from the organisers and get in touch, or look me up on Facebook. Just type in my full name, and there's not many Sarah Van Earps in this world. I'm the one that's dancing in a red dress or flying through the air. Great to meet you all. Thank you for having me and for your time and attention. All the best. Bye bye.